There's one small mistake that devotees say can undo 16 weeks of devotion in a single moment, and it's not what you'd expect. It's not skipping a day or forgetting a mantra. It's eating something sour. Sounds strange, right? But by the end of this video, you'll understand exactly why that one rule sits at the very heart of the Santoshi Maa Vrat, and I'll walk you through the entire ritual, step by step, so you can do it correctly from day one. If you haven't seen part 1 yet, where I told the complete story of Santoshi Maa and her devotee Satyavati, go watch that first. I'll link it right here. It'll make everything in this video make a lot more sense. For everyone else, let's get into it. Today we're covering how to perform the 16 Friday Vrat, step by step, her mantras, and the real benefits devotees say they've experienced. Let's begin. Let's talk about how devotees traditionally perform the Santoshi Maa Vrat. Step 1. Choose your day. The Vrat is performed on 16 consecutive Fridays, since Friday is considered Santoshi Maa's sacred day. Step 2. Wake early. Devotees rise before sunrise, take a bath, and dress in clean clothes before beginning. Step 3. Set up the altar. Place a photo or idol of Santoshi Maa in a clean puja space. A small kalash or copper vessel is often placed nearby. Step 4. Offerings. Offer flowers, incense, a lit diya, and a bowl of gud and chena, jaggery and roasted chickpeas, her favorite offering. Step 5. Read the Vrat Katha. While holding a small amount of jaggery and chickpeas in your hand, read or listen to the story of Santoshi Maa. If you watched part 1, you already know this story by heart. Step 6. 1 meal a day. Devotees eat only once during the day and strictly avoid sour or bitter foods, not just for themselves, but for anyone they serve that day. This single rule is the heart of the entire Vrat. Remember the 2 stories from part 1, Satyavati, and the daughter-in-law from the tale of the 7 sons? In both stories, the exact same mistake broke the vow. Someone in the household ate sour food during the Vrat period, and both times, the ritual had to be repeated from the start before it succeeded. 2 different families, centuries apart in telling same rule, same consequence. Step 7. Live with harmony. Throughout the 16 weeks, devotees are expected to avoid quarrels, avoid speaking falsehoods, and stay away from arrogance or hurting others. Step 8. Udyapan, the closing ceremony. Once the 16 Fridays are complete or the wish is fulfilled, devotees perform the Udyapan. A festive meal is prepared and served to 8 young boys, symbolizing the completion of the vow. The story is read one final time. A arti is performed, and prasad is distributed. That one rule, kept faithfully for 16 weeks, is what devotees believe transforms an ordinary fast into a powerful vow. Here are 2 mantras devotees commonly chant during her worship. The devotional salutation mantra. Ya Devi Sarvabhutashu, Santoshi Rupana Samsthitha, Namastasyai Namastasyai, Namastasyai Namo Nama.
या देवी सर्वभूतेषु सन्तोषिरूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः.
This roughly means, to the goddess who resides in all beings in the form of contentment, I bow to you again and again. And simply chanting her name with devotion, Om Santoshi Maa Nama, is considered enough for a sincere devotee, repeated as many times as feels right during meditation or puja. You don't need perfect pronunciation. What matters, devotees say, is the sincerity behind it. So what do devotees say they experience through this worship? Inner peace and emotional contentment, especially during hardship. Harmony in relationships, particularly within families and marriages. Removal of obstacles related to delayed wishes. Whether it's marriage, reunion with loved ones, or financial struggle. Protection from negativity, symbolized by her sword and trident. Guidance in dreams or intuition. Many devotees describe her nudging them away from decisions that would have hurt them, long before they understood why. And perhaps most importantly, the discipline of the Vrat itself teaches patience, humility, and self-control. Qualities that bring lasting satisfaction regardless of external circumstances. This is really the heart of her worship. Contentment isn't just granted. It's cultivated through devotion and discipline. Just like Satyavati and the daughter-in-law from the Seven Sons story learned in part 1, the goddess doesn't just remove hardship. She teaches you how to hold on to peace even while hardship is happening. If you're starting the Vrat this Friday, remember the one rule that matters most: keep it pure, keep it consistent, and keep it sincere. If you missed the story behind all of this, Santoshi Maa's origin and the tale of Satyavati, go back and watch part 1, linked right here. If this video helped you, do like and subscribe, and share it with someone who's about to begin their own Vrat. Jai Santoshi Maa.